Hi, this is a computer application of a vector drawing program called Inkscape. So it's on your computer, and what we're going to do right now is we're going to create a brush strokes. Apparently, there's no place. This program doesn't have brushes, and there's no place to save a brush, so we have to create a brush. So the thing we're going to do first is I want you to do is click on this circle and hold the control key down with your left hand, and with your right hand click and drag, and this will make a perfect circle. Okay, now select the selection tool and copy the circle, edit, copy, and paste it. Edit, paste, and now in order to go to the fill and stroke, it's this panel here. You can also go here under object. Let me move this down a little bit because this doesn't seem to be showing. Object, fill and stroke. That shows this panel here, the fill and stroke. Now the fill is the color that appears in the, let me see, how come it doesn't show the color? I'm in the fill, I'm in the color, and I can assign a particular color, like let's say green or red or magenta, whatever color the fill adjusts, it adds a color. It can be it can be saturated, not saturated, light. It can be anything you want. So anyway, that's the fill. Now, if I was to zoom in, normally we do Control plus. Mind what this program, you have to use Control scroll wheel. You have to use a scroll wheel on your mouse to zoom in, and this is the fill. This is the stroke. Is an outline or a border. So whatever is a border or an outline is a stroke. That's the same thing. So if I apply a border, I can also, again, I can give it a different color, make it blue, whatever. And the thickness of the stroke, I think it might be under stroke styles. So that's again, these are tabs. There's a fill tab, the stroke tab, and the stroke styles tab. And I can make the stroke smaller. Let's say, let me use pixels. Let's use pixels instead of centimeters. So, and does it look like it's making any progress here? It's pretty. Let's say make it 5, or I can make it 20. So the thickness of the outline or stroke or border, whatever you want to call it, but just call a stroke, is there. So what we're going to do is let's make it 5 for the stroke. Let's hide the fill. So let's make it on the fill. You click on the X and there's no fill. So again, you select that, click on the fill, click on the X. It doesn't give you a. I need a stroke, so I'm going to go to the stroke and give it a stroke and make it 5. Okay, so now we're going to make a brush, and what we're going to do is we're trying to make like this, what is it called? It's called a kind of a eye shape or I don't know, almond shape. I'm not sure, what would you call this shape here in the middle? That's the one what we want. So in order to get this shape, you're going to select that circle, shift, hold the shift down with your left hand, select. Now I have both of them selected, and now I need to subtract the top and bottom and end up with the middle. So under, let me see, why is this popping up like that? Under paths, there it is. If I was to use union, it would put both circles together. Difference, it would subtract one from the other. Intersection is probably what we need. So we have exclusion, division, cutout. You have all these different cutouts. So we're going to go with intersection. We want the middle, the center intersection. You click on intersection and you get this. So I'm going to make it a little, you can squash it a little bit like that. So there's our brush stroke. This is going to be our brush stroke. But we want it as a black fill. So what we're going to do is give it a fill. Make sure that it's 0 colors but 100% black. Okay. And let's get rid of the stroke. So click on stroke and click on the X to delete the stroke. There's our first brush. This is our first brush stroke. Now, let's make a second brush. How much time do we have? Okay, let's make a second brush. And this is just a brush stroke. The second one that I called an eyelash, because you can use it for eyelashes. And it's basically a triangle. So you're going to click and make a triangle like this. There. And that's it. It's got no stroke, 100% fill, black. That's it. Now, so this is going to be drawn from left to right. But what if you need to draw an eyelash in the other direction? So we're going to copy this one. Go edit, copy, edit, paste. And we're going to flip this one. Is this a flip command? Right here, this little flip command, you can click on that and it'll flip it the other way. So there we have, this is good start. Let's start with this and save this. We go File, Save As. These are going to be our brushes. And go ahead and save it into your Documents folder. Save it into your Documents folder. Make a folder in your Documents folder with your name on it. And we're going to save it as a brush stroke. Save it as brush stroke. And it's going to be saved as a scalable vector graphic, as an SVG. So I'll save it. So save over it. I'm surprised. Did it save? Oh, no, it didn't save. So got File, Save As. I forgot to click on brush stroke. And save over, replace it. Save there. Okay?